And this is my first video coming out as an FTM, female to male transgender. On Monday, December 12th, the end of this 10-minute chat, he told me that he was agreeing to put me on hormones. So on testosterone. I had my 5th testosterone shot, and that would make me 1 month on T.
Voice, and it tells you how many megahertz or whatever that your voice is at. I've gotten a new phone since I've started T, so my original information has been deleted. It's gone. But I remember where it is, so I'm gonna grab that picture of where it is now, and I'm gonna mark with a marker where it was when I started. And I'm gonna put it into the video so you can see where it is. I'm gonna do that right now. So as you can see, it's dropped significantly. You know, the top portion, I don't even remember what color it is now, but the top portion of color is the female range, the average female range, which you can see I was when I first started T. And then there's like that thin middle range, which is like the androgynous level, which I was at for no longer than a week and a half. And then it dropped pretty quickly into the male range, and it's continued to drop. But yeah, that's the biggest change, as you can see, or hear, I should say.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. This is my 1 year on T update. I cannot believe that it's here. There was a point in time that I never thought I would be here, because it took so long for me to, you know, to find the endocrinologist that would take my insurance, or it was one thing or another. Anyway, it took me 2 years to have my first shot, and it's been a year since my first shot, and I still can't believe that it's happening. I remember my first day very clearly. I was very nervous about my first shot. Now, obviously, I'd been waiting for this for a very long time, but the unknown has always been a worry for me. So, you know, I did my research. I knew what was to come with changes, but you know, everyone's different, and it affects everyone differently at different times. So, it being such a big unknown, I was very nervous that day. And then when I had my first shot a year ago today, December 15th of 2016, it was around 7 p.m., I believe, changed my life forever. So obviously, I'm here to give you my 1 year update in celebratory fashion, because it is my 1 year, obviously, and to update you on any changes. So obviously the first thing people notice is my voice drop. As you can see earlier in the video, obviously my voice was a lot more feminine before T, and now it's very, very manly, very deep. So when I started T, I had a voice analyzer app that, you know, you would record your voice. It would analyze it and tell you about where in the range that your voice is. So when I started it, it was like 216 megahertz, which is in the female range. Obviously, I just did it now, and I think it was like the highest my voice got during the recording was 111 megahertz, which is more than 100 megahertz below what it was when I started T. And my lowest point, I think, was like 88 megahertz. So it's well down, and it also shows you where your previous installments were and where you are now. And I noticed beginning of the year, it obviously dropped quite a bit, like really quickly, and then the last couple that I've done, not as often as I did in the beginning of the year, but I still do them. It has dropped still a little bit. So my voice is still continuing to drop, just not as noticeable, obviously. My next biggest change that people notice is the facial hair. You can see it, kind of, if I tilt my head just right, you can see a little bit of hair in here. That is actual facial hair. I know I said, I think in my 10.5-month video update, that I do have facial hair. It's just not that thick, coarse beard hair, you know, like you think when you think beard, you know, like the thick, coarse, black hair. Mine is it's long. It is long, but it's not that thick, coarse hair. It's very fine and light in color. So I do use mascara to kind of highlight it, but what you are seeing is my facial hair. It's just highlighted. Same on my chin. I do have a few more of the coarser hairs on my chin, but I do still have to highlight the rest of them, obviously. But you can see there is hair there. That is and with my voice drop and the facial hair, obviously, passing is a lot easier. I've been passing about 75% more often with the facial hair and voice drop than I was beforehand. Even with my large chest that I still have, obviously, because I have not had surgery. But I am working towards that. I'm hoping to have a consultation with a surgeon that I found by the end of January. So that's my goal. That's what I'm working towards now. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a quick 1-year update. This was mostly so you guys could see the changes in terms of facial hair and obviously the voice drop. So that was my biggest goal with this. But like I said, I wanted to give you this. This was like my plan all year. I couldn't wait to do this video because it was so very exciting for me to finally be here. So yeah, this is my 1 year on Video Tea. It's still so crazy to say that, but thanks for sticking around, guys, and I can't wait to share all of my new and exciting adventures of the new year. Peace, guys.